menuju ke kota Daud, dari hotelku aku harus memutari kota lama Yerusalem. Nah, kita akan melihat Menara Daud. Benteng yang berdiri hari ini bertarikh pembuatan pada zaman Mamluk dan Utsmani. Dibangun di lokasi yang sebelumnya merupakan fortifikasi kuno dari zaman Hasmonayim, Herodian, Bizantium, dan Islam awal setelah dihancurkan berulang kali selama dekade Perang Salib. Benteng ini memuat penemuan arkeologi penting bertarikh lebih dari 2000 tahun lalu, termasuk tempat yang bertarikh zaman Bait pertama.
458.
Okay, now
5, 5.
everybody quiet.
Okay.
I want to be like guide tour from you. Okay?
Okay.
Now I go to Jaffa Gate.
Okay.
Old city, it's four like pizza. Four: Armeni, Christian, Jewish,
And Muslim.
and Muslim. Now I go in to way from Armeni area, and I show you the church.
Nah, kita mulai masuk ke Yerusalem kota lama. Pada tahun 1535, saat Yerusalem masih menjadi bagian dari Kesultanan Utsmaniyah, Sultan Sulaiman I memerintahkan untuk membuat tembok kota menjadi dibangun kembali. Pembangunan tembok berlangsung selama 4 tahun, yakni antara tahun 1537 dan 1541. Dan sekarang kita berada di Jaffa Gate, guys.
This is another. Now do
you're
video in the Armenian corner. I open the window.
Oke,
And look.
what
Oke,
about-
kita masuk ke Armenian
What the name
door
of the
ya.
husband? What the name of the husband?
Irwan.
Irwan.
Okay, Erwan, it's Luca. And this Luca.
Itu Armenian door, into Armenian.
This Armenian.
Oke.
What is Luka?
Now listen, my brother. This is the tomb from the King David. Down,
Oh, where?
down. This is the
Ada
tomb
ma-
from the King David.
oh,
You
itu
see?
the makam-
the
makam
tower.
Nabi Daud.
It's looking like church, but down there's the tomb from the King David.
Oh, enggak. Itu makam Nabi Daud yang ada di bawah si tower itu, guys. Jadi barusan lewatin makam Nabi Daud ya di menara tadi, guys. Tuh makamnya masuk situ tuh. Itu adalah Bukit Zaitun, tempat Isa Al-Masih alaihissalam naik ke langit, dan di Bukit Zaitun pula dipercaya bahwa Isa Al-Masih alaihissalam akan turun untuk kedua kali di Bukit Zaitun.
Okay, leave
One
up.
on one olive.
Now everybody quiet. I want to listen in the video.
Yes.
Now up, what you see there, this is the Har Zaitim. This is the tomb from the Jewish, very old, like 2,000 years. And Maskent Olive, if you see the left side, this and the Jeshua is going from up and down from the Gethsemane. And if you can, I not can to see from here, you can to see Charles Gold. The name is Magdalena from the Russia people. And you have another Charles from the Catholic.
Nampak pula Kubah Al-Shakhroh atau Dome of the Rock serta tembok kompleks Masjidil Aqsa. Oke guys, hari ini aku menuju ke City of David atau kotanya Nabi Daud. Kota Yerusalem kuno yang pernah dibumi hanguskan dan dihancurkan oleh kekuasaan Romawi pada tahun 70 Masehi, yang pada akhirnya kota tersebut tertutup oleh debu, abu bercampur hujan dan akhirnya tertutupi tanaman liar. Situs kota Nabi atau Raja Daud ini pertama kali diumumkan ditemukan oleh seorang arkeolog wanita bernama Eilat Mazar. Pada tanggal 4 Agustus 2005, Mazar mengumumkan bahwa ia telah menemukan Yerusalem kuno, bekas dari istana Raja Daud. yaitu raja kedua kerajaan Israel yang memerintah pada akhir abad ke-11 atau awal abad ke-10 sebelum Masehi. Bekas-bekas ini sekarang dinamakan large stone structure. Hey guys, aku ini berada di City of David, kota Nabi Daud, dan lihat pemandangannya. Dulu adalah temple atau bait Allah atau baitullah atau bait Allah, rumah Allah, tempat Nabi Daud berada. Dan ini di dalamnya ini ada tempat Nabi Daud dan juga kotanya di bawah sini. Oke.
Where are you? I go there.
Bener-bener asik ya. Dan itu dulu ada tempat Baitullah pertama Nabi Sulaiman. Nah, ini masuk ke sini guys. Untuk masuk ke kota Daud harus membeli tiket dulu guys.
I never seen so big location.
Thank you.
Where is this from?
That's huge.
That is a great question. I have no idea.
No idea. You're here with no idea.
Dikasih payung karena hujan. So di bawah itu adalah kota yang ditemukan, yaitu City of David. Sana guys.
I'm guessing you must have been the same. Did you notice these stones that are sitting on the side of the entrance over here? Well, most people, even if they look at them, these ancient pillars, they say, okay, we're in an archaeological site, so we have to go around the edges. It makes sense. Actually, those stones tell an amazing story. If you were here 30 years ago, you wouldn't have seen this amazing visitor center all around. You wouldn't see the thousands of visitors that come here every day. What you would have seen was a pretty neglected and abandoned part of Jerusalem full of crime and drugs and tons of garbage. And the two founders of the City of David Foundation, they came here and they said, do you know where we're standing right now? We're standing in the original City of David, the original ancient Jerusalem from 3,000 years ago, from Kings David and Solomon, from the time of the Bible. And how can it be it's covered in garbage and nobody cares? A city that's significant to so many people around the world. So they said, we're going to change that. And they took out 26 truckloads of garbage. That's a lot of garbage.
That's a lot, yeah.
And inside that garbage, they found these stones that are sitting right here. And they said, if we're already finding ancient stones inside the garbage, imagine what we can do.
Ini batu-batu
Actually excavate
tahun Nabi Daud, Nabi Sulaiman nih, original. Ini batunya.
Very slippery. Jerusalem stone is slippery anyway, but when it's wet.
Nah ini Masjid Al-Qibli, Al-Aqsa sih sini nih.
It was an amazing thing. I'm glad I could do that with this. It was Maya wanted to come here and we got the
Yep.
pit.
Kamu ini udah pernah ya?
Jadi udah pernah kesini ya? Belum.
I
Belum juga.
always. No, I've been tapi yang small, not this. Look at this.
Oh,
This is a photographic place.
Take it in. It is definitely the place to picture. Amazing. Actually not dictate where our
so di belakang itu adalah tembok kota lama Yerusalem. Tuh, tembok semua yang dibangun 500 tahun lalu oleh Sulaiman Al-Kanuni.
all the stories and all the people who are here in Jerusalem. He remembers a story told in 2 Samuel chapter 5 that's been very peculiar to people around the world for generations. They've been reading it and learning it. They have no idea what's going on in this story. What's the story? King David comes to conquer the city of Jerusalem, but it's not yet called Jerusalem. It's called Jebus because the Jebusites, the Canaanites, lived here at the time, and it was a huge fortified city for 400 years. How is this young king, this little guy, gonna conquer a huge city? He tells his soldiers something very strange. He says to them as follows, I'll read in Hebrew and English. He says, "Vayomer David bayom hahu, kol makeh yevusi vayiga batzinor." David says to his soldiers on that day, whoever will manage to attack the Jebusites will have to touch the pipeline.
What pipeline?
King David, I don't know if you realize, but 3,000 years ago, there are no pipelines. There's no running water. So what pipeline is he talking about? Well, it's possible that those underground tunnels that Charles Warren found were actually used as an underground passageway for the people from the city to access the water safely, be able to draw their water without anybody bothering them, and bring it back, carrying those jugs on their heads, bring it back inside the city. What do you call an underground tunnel that allows water to be brought from one place to another? How about a pipeline?
Right.
So what was David telling his soldiers? He was giving them a piece of military intelligence. He was telling them, hey, if you're going to conquer the city, you're not going to go through the gates. They'll be expecting you. But get a few soldiers to sneak up inside that tunnel and no one will see you coming.
Oh,
You'll get inside the
wow.
city,
Genius,
exactly.
yeah.
You'll unlock the gates from the inside, let the rest of the army in, and that's the way you'll conquer the city.
Oke.
And so Charles Warren, sitting in those tunnels with Bible in hand, says, oh my goodness, the city of David is not up there inside the old city like people have thought for generations. It's right here on this hill that we're standing on right now. Pretty wild.
Itu adalah Bukit Zaitun dan juga makam-makam kuno yang masih dilestarikan. Makam yang dianggap milik Nabi Zakaria dan Absalom anak Daud juga masih ada di sana. Jadi lokasi di belakang ini adalah Mount Moriah atau lokasi di mana Nabi Abraham diperintahkan untuk mengorbankan anaknya. Di situ adalah Mount Zion sebelah situ. Banyak sejarah di sini ya guys. So di lokasi ini adalah King David atau Nabi Daud duduk, dia memandang ke 4 gunung dari mulai, aku mulai dari mana ya? Oke. Aku mulai dari Mount Hanetsi, kemudian ada Gunung Sion atau Bukit Sion, kemudian yang di tempat ada Masjidil Aqsa itu adalah Gunung Moriah, dan kemudian Mount Olive, Gunung Olive sebelah sana. Jadi kita di bawah ini adalah baru ditemukan 18 tahun lalu ya.
Yang ini.
Bahwa kita berada di tempat King David atau Nabi Daud. Wow. Ini adalah bagian dari struktur batu besar atau large stone structure yang diidentifikasikan oleh para arkeolog sebagai bekas-bekas istana Raja Daud atau Nabi Daud yang mempunyai 9 ruangan. Para arkeolog yang menggali lokasi ini, mereka bekerja dengan sangat hati-hati, yaitu untuk mengelupas debu, tanah, bekas abu yang menutupi istana Raja Daud ini. Dulu daerah ini sempat dibakar habis oleh Romawi. Mengapa hati-hati? Karena di atas kota Daud ini terdapat pemukiman penduduk yang bercampur antara rumah-rumah Yahudi dan Arab. Agar rumah-rumah di atasnya tetap kokoh, tidak terganggu penggalian di bawahnya. Ditemukan sebuah batu pilar yang dibuat oleh tukang batu suruhan Raja Hiram untuk Raja Daud. Hiram, Raja negeri Tirus atau Tyre, mengirim utusan kepada Daud dan kayu alas, tukang-tukang kayu dan tukang-tukang batu. Mereka mendirikan istana bagi Daud. Diambil dari kitab Samuel inilah yang memperkuat sang arkeolog untuk memastikan bahwa batu pilar dengan gaya Venesia adalah tempat Raja Daud tinggal. Raja Hiram juga ikut membantu Nabi Sulaiman atau King Solomon mendirikan bait suci. Jadi rumahnya langsung menghadap ke gunung-gunung. Aku di atas rumahnya guys. Dan sekarang aku akan menuju ke tempat di mana masih digali ya, dan masih belum dibuka ke publik. Kayaknya sih masih digali, masih diteliti oleh arkeologi. To check in
Hati guys.
Ya. Ini tadi rumahnya Nabi Daud di sini. Lagi azan. Terungkap dalam penggalian Duncan dan McAllister, Canyon serta Shiloh, ini adalah salah satu bangunan zaman besi terbesar di Israel. Struktur tersebut telah diturunkan hingga ketinggian 18 meter dan diperkirakan berasal dari akhir kota Yebus abad ke-12 sebelum Masehi. Struktur itu mungkin menopang bangunan kerajaan seperti istana raja. Arkeolog sekarang percaya bahwa mereka telah menemukan bagian dari istana itu atau rumah King David, Nabi Daud. Itu sekarang di atasnya dihuni oleh orang-orang Arab Islam dan juga orang-orang Yahudi yang hidup berdampingan dengan damai, nggak berantem. Nah kalau gini tuh rumah Yahudi.
Jadi masuk ini ke taman.
Oh, dengar kan ada suara azan guys.
and we're just going to use it as a pass-through so that we can get to the other archaeological site. But here you'll see some kindergartens for the kids who live here.
Ini buah zaitun. Bisa licin ya jalan soalnya campur sama buah zaitun yang jadi oil. Oke, sekarang aku sambil turun ke bawah. Penasaran apa sih yang terjadi di 2000 tahun yang lalu? Karena ini masih digali oleh para arkeologi dan masih diteliti lah. Jadi mereka masih terus menggali untuk kepentingan dunia, yaitu untuk mengetahui di mana sih letak kota Nabi Daud. Tapi kan tadi udah ketahuan rumahnya itu.
The comparison here. Let's take a step closer to here so you can hear as well. It's very, very loud. That's just about where the comparison between Jerusalem and every other city ends. Because in Jerusalem, along with the construction workers, who do you need to bring in? The archaeologists. To make sure that when you're digging to fix whatever's underground, they don't ruin anything ancient that might be there. So it's a good thing they did that, because as they were digging, they started hearing a loud scraping sound. And with that loud scraping sound, they realized, wait a second, this is something ancient. There's something going on here. So they brought in the archaeologists, they moved away the dirt, and they uncovered a massive set of ancient stone steps.
Nah, aku lagi dijelasin kenapa di dalam sana penggalian ini suaranya berisik banget. Karena para arkeolog sedang bekerja dengan sangat hati-hati, dikarenakan yang digali adalah peninggalan kuno. Jangan sampai ada batu-batu kuno yang hancur akibat kecerobohan penggalian. Nah, yang aku mau lihat ini adalah karena telah ditemukan kolam mandi Siloam, yaitu sebuah kolam Yerusalem kuno yang digunakan oleh jutaan peziarah pengikut Yudaisme dari suku Yahudi di zaman kuil kedua 2 milenium lalu. Kolam Siloam adalah tempat mandi ritual sebelum naik ke Temple Mount dan diyakini juga oleh orang-orang Kristen sebagai tempat Yesus menyembuhkan orang buta. Akan sepenuhnya digali dan kemudian akan dibuka untuk umum. Nah, ini yang aku mau lihat adalah jalan dari kolam permandian menuju ke Temple Mount. Masalahnya aku nggak sempat lihat kolam Siloamnya guys, karena aku lagi buru-buru mau ada acara pernikahan. Hehehe. Hanya lihat jalannya aja ya guys.
The archaeologist said, okay, we know where the pool is, and we know where the Temple Mount is. Now all we have to do is find the road in between. It's got to be somewhere in between, yeah. So then they said, but we can't quite discover that yet because look, there's a neighborhood on top of our heads. That's not so simple. And then about 10 years ago they said, you know what we can do? Instead of digging top down, we can dig sideways. We can go right underneath the ground and dig underneath to uncover the road where people walked, where your ancestors and mine walked 2,000 years ago up to the temple. You want to see it?
Dari atas ada rumah, dia masuk sini, terus dignya minggir dari sideways.
Oke.
Come stand over there.
Ini 2000 tahun lalu ya di bawah ini.
Hang on right here for a second.
Ini adalah jalan orisinal para peziarah agama Yudaisme di 2000 tahun yang lalu dari kolam Siloam menuju ke Temple Mount. Jadi di jalan ini bener-bener nenek kakek atas kita pernah, mungkin ada yang pernah jalan di jalan ini ya.
If you take a look at your feet, you'll notice something very, very special about your feet right now, and that is that you are standing on the original pilgrimage road from 2,000 years ago. Not a road somewhere near here or stones similar to these. No, this is the exact road. These are the exact stones that your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents walked on in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago.
Ini toko-tokonya kayak gini guys.
Falafel?
Warung-warung ya.
Or some pizza? How about a souvenir keychain to bring to the kids at home?
Wow.
These were the stores. You can see here, shop after shop after shop, lining.
So, di sini ditemukan tempat toko-toko kuno yang mungkin dulu adalah tempat untuk jualan baju, souvenir, makanan, atau minuman.
Whether it's Gucci or whether it's
Chanel!
The time place.
Time National.
The time place. There you go. I'm sure they had a few shops, right?
No time.
Exactly. Yeah. They weren't selling. These guys were. Very nice. So here we go in one of the shops, and if you come in, you can come in and take a look right down there. Take a look right down over there. Do you see those metal slats?
Where is that?
See where those people are standing?
Yeah.
Right down there. Every week it looks different because that's where they're working right now. So right now, why are there metal slats there? Because they're working on putting the new foundations for the next arch. And then once they put in the next arch, then they can dig out another foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, something like that. And then they take away those metal slats, they take out the dirt, they fill up buckets, they bring it back, and they bring it back up top to sit through, and then they put in the next arch. And that's the whole process and how it works. So why did I take you to right here? When people will come here in a number of years from now, they'll see this beautiful road, how amazingly it's been preserved, and they'll see the stones and the shops and things like that. What they won't see is right over here. Because over here, and that's what we see as we're continuing to excavate, what we see is what this road looked like when it was discovered. It was discovered under layers of destruction, layers of complete destruction. It describes, Josephus Flavius, the historian from the Second Temple period, describes that Jerusalem was destroyed by the Romans, and when they burned the city all the way from the Pool of Siloam to the temple, and they didn't leave a stone upon a stone. Everything came crashing down, which means what you see right here, this stone and this stone, these were parts of the houses that were above our heads 2,000 years ago. You can imagine on top of these shops, just like in Fifth Avenue, they probably had, wooden slats, something like that. And then on top of that, they would have had, on top of the wooden slats, they would have had apartments. It all came collapsing down. Now I want to show you something. If you imagine that the whole city burns and that the wood burns as well, I'm going to use my flashlight. I want to pull out for you something from the dirt. So hang on.
A coin.
Not a coin,
$1.
but something else.
A watch.
Diamond.
One second.
Allergy. Your father dropped it. Your grandfather dropped it here when he was walking down.
Exactly.
Good.
Here we go.
Oh, AP.
1 second. I want to pull out for you.
What are you
Just have
looking
to
for?
find some.
Are you finding or not? You need more
Nyari
torch.
apa dia ini? Katanya di batu-batu tumpukan runtuhan, tumpukan kotoran-kotoran ini adalah batu 2000 tahun lalu.
Want to find a good piece for you.
Oke, jewelry, diamond, please.
Okay.
What are you looking for? Olive seeds?
Lagi mencari apa ya?
I'm not going to tell you,
What is it?
but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right over here. When I pull out from the rock, what do I have over here? What's this black stuff?
Oh, wow.
If you want to stick out your hands, I
Batu bara.
have paper towels in my back.
Batu ara.
In my bag. If you want to hold it yourself.
Maybe it was a barbecue pit. Barbecue?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing barbecue.
This is ash from the destruction of Jerusalem
Oh.
1,952 years ago.
Right, they burned the
And you
whole
might say,
the
oh,
Romans
but who's
burned."
counting?
Jadi itu di dalam batu-batu original yang barusan kita cari-cari sesuatu, ditemukan terdapat abu bekas dibakarnya kota ini 2000 tahun lalu pada zaman Romawi. Masih ada loh guys. So ini adalah jalan tempat orang berziarah dulu ya guys. Wow, biasa. Tempat orang melakukan, kayak kalau orang tuh haji kali ya, di sini tuh dulu. Langsung sambung ke tempat purification tuh, tempat kolam renang pembersihan diri. Dan masih terus digali terus ya tuh ya. Nah kalau ini adalah perumahan orang-orang Arab di atas City of David. Yaudah guys, kalau ada salah-salah kata atau penjelasan, mohon maaf. Bye-bye.